Turn it up. Let it play. Let it play. Game time talk. Lock in with Frost and Zay. Yeah. Tip off, kick off, pregame flang. Box score brain with the sideline slang. Film room vision from the couch. They coach, cool, take, hot stat. That's a crisp combo. Fourth and short, they going for it. Press break, full court, can you score it? From the barbershop chat to the big screen plat, they break it all down, every angle, every spot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you love that grind, you gon' feel this way. Turn it up, lock in with Frost and Zay. Overtime stories, buzzer beater nights. Trade rumors running through the timeline. Hype, draft daydreams. Who's the next one up? They weigh every word like a trophy cup. Red zone reads. Who's clutch, who fall? Legends getting told like the banners in gold. From playing hope to the Super Bowl stage, they paint that picture page by page. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still stay. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run that show. If you ride for the game, you gon' feel this flame. Turn it up, tap in with Frost and Zay. New week, new smoke, what's next? What's next? High seat, bold take, no take. No take. You can hear that grind in the breath they take. Every word, every pause, every point they make. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you live this sport, you gon' press play. Turn it up, ride out with Frost and Zay. Frost and Zay. Turn it up.
Yo, what is good? We are back. It's your boys, Zay. First this time, you know, it's a special day. I'm hosting the day. I'm in the driver's seat. We back with it, episode 72. We got a good one in store for you guys. Got a good one in store for you. Why am I in such a good mood? Because it is August 13th, people. And for those that don't know, August 13th is a special day because it's a real one's birthday. It's your boy's birthday. Let's go. Big 36 this year. So, you know, appreciate everybody for tapping in. We got a good one lined up for you today. And I'm going to kick it over and introduce the man that needs no introduction. Frost, what you guys say to the people today?
Nah, man. Hey, I'm excited for you, brother. Happy birthday. Numero Tres, correct? If I remember correctly, my boy.
Yeah, 36.
No doubt, man. Nah, it's but no, I'm definitely excited, man. You know, it's nice to take a half day today, you know, and let my boy, you know, control the ones and the twos and be the contributor this time. So, you know, it's always a good change of pace to see that. And nah, definitely, man, excited to see what you got in store for this episode. But I know we got a lot of football to discuss.
Oh, for sure. Football, indeed. Football season is the greatest time of year. You know, what is it? Christmas in August now. It ain't July anymore, so Christmas in August. Mm-hmm. And, you know, last week we touched on the NFL. You know, NFL, where the big boys play at, home of the dogs. And, you know, today we're going to talk about, no pun intended, but the pups. You know, the pups are the little baby cubs, the spring chickens. We're going to talk about the college world today. The college world today, people. So, you know, no further ado, like I said, it is episode 72, the Big Ten Gauntlet. With us being in Big Ten country, we know we're going to keep it relevant to the Big Ten. You know what I mean? So, Big Ten country, resident Michigan fan that resides in good old Columbus, Ohio, and then, you know, our resident Buckeye fan over here, you know, rep it. But,
you know, man.
The Columbus Buckeyes, you know, the arguably the favorites going into the Big Ten this year.
Hey, make sure, you know, proper decorum when you address them. It is the Ohio State.
Nah, fuck
Buckeyes.
that. It's the.
THEE, the.
It's the.
I'm talking about
It's the. It ain't no the. It's the.
the.
Ain't no self-proclaimed over here, my boy. It's
It's
the.
all good, man. Hey,
You
you
know what I'm
gotta believe
saying?
in yourself before anybody else do. So we the,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we I had everything drawn out today. All the segments ready, all the thirds, and then what happens today? Some nonsense, or is it nonsense? Well, let's talk about it. With today's news, I guess you could say of Jaden Daniels versus LSU, the saga of the NIL saga. We are in a new day, people. Unprecedented territory. So, Frost, I have to ask you, and I know you just took a moment. But I got to ask you, because, for some reason, I have a weird feeling that we may land on little different sides of this fence. For those that don't know, just in layman's talk, today, Jaden Daniels, number cinco at LSU, sent a cease and desist of all name, image, and likeness use of him at LSU moving forward, effective immediately due to him feeling utterly disrespected for them giving number 5 that he wore and won a Heisman in at LSU to a sophomore cornerback now, right? So he sent a cease and desist and has also requested that his Heisman replica be removed and no longer on display at the university. So where do you lay on this? What side of the fence are you on?
So I was actually equally shocked when I heard the news, and you already know the one-liner by the 6 guys he proclaims himself to be. Drake might have said his best. I see some of these scissors for hoes, but
Okay.
nah. All jokes aside, obviously this situation's a little bit of a slippery slope because on one hand, you got the university's view. They just give out numbers. Nobody's numbers necessarily retired, all like that, depending on what school you go to. I mean, I can only speak on behalf of the Buckeyes as far as like how they do it. You have to be someone special to get your number retired, and then I know there's a lot of like big contributors, primarily Heisman winners, that have had their numbers retired to the point where that's why key reasons some guys are allowed to wear the number on both sides of the ball because of that. However, in this particular situation, I'm torn honestly because on one hand I get that he's no longer there. The college, they just keep it moving when you're not there no more. Cool, but let's be honest here. Jaden Daniels is a very, very, very big name in regards to LSU culture as far as recency. I mean, the man won a Heisman, for crying out loud. That's an elite company of only 91 athletes that have won that historically, since the award's been out. That's a very, very elite club of athletes, especially when you're talking from the college football standpoint. So I totally understand where he's coming from. And I think especially in this era specifically in NIL to where it don't stop when you stop playing for the university. I mean, you're talking like ongoing, the university is still using him to sell their product. They're still using him in regards to his name, image, and likeness to continue to promote the product and to bring in athletes in the whole nine. You can't tell me that those guys aren't doing it, whether it's Lane Kiffin or the previous coaches that were been there. I'm pretty sure that name gets dropped to every recruit that they talk to, especially for quarterbacks in general, whether it's like guys in high school or transfer recruits as well too. So I am in firm support of him doing that because there's another hidden fact about this as well too. He's not the only recent guy that won the Heisman as a quarterback for the University of LSU. Another guy that we talked heavily about on last week's episode, who is now one of the elite quarterbacks and our MVP, or at least my MVP, and Zay's also hoping that he plays the MVP level, so his other guy could, potentially be there as well. Seems like we are very pro Bengals for this season. We're live on the Bengals. Joe Burrow, also won the Heisman, if I remember correctly, while he was at LSU. But Joe also won a national championship. And there's a bit of a double standard talk because nobody's touched the number 9, if I remember correctly, that Joe Burrow wore where he was there, if I remember correctly. So nobody's worn that since he's left, and Joe's been gone for a while now. I get it, you know, and I think it's strictly at the end of the day, it's strictly business. I mean, we're just in a new era where you guys get paid for name, image, and likeness, and the fact that they're letting an unproven commodity come in and wear his number. I get where the family is coming from, you know. So, and this might be a little bit of pettiness on my end. I'm not a Lane Kiffin guy, like as most people will know. So, I mean, I hear where you're coming from as far as like until they retire the number, anybody can wear it. But you know, again, he's a big selling point to what they promote at LSU. I mean, it's clearly a disconnect, like with him being there now versus when Brian Kelly was there. In general, it just goes to show, man. Like y'all know me from even last year, like with the college football dynasty. I'm not the biggest LSU fan in general, you know. But with this one, like I said, I'm torn because, like, yeah, the number's not officially retired. Anybody should be able to wear it, but at the same time, you can't make no money and bread off me and promote me while letting somebody else wear that number. So I get where he's coming from. If I have to take an official stance, I side with the family on this one, and say that, hey, you know, if you can't continue to do that and you know have another guy parade out there with my number. You know, meanwhile, you know, Joe Burrow hasn't, you know, no one's wore Joe Burrow's number, and that number has not been handed out. So, you know, but I gotta admit, if I had to choose a number between those two as a quarterback, I'm definitely leaning towards 5 to 9. I mean, that's just me. If I had to choose,
that's perfect. That's perfectly fine. But I am a player's guy. You know, I was big into the whole NIL thing, them getting paid, them getting their paper, and that's fine. But not so fast, my friend. When it comes to this matter, I feel you should shut the fuck up. Quite frankly.
As in the university or JD?
JD. So it's a reason why. Like, it's a few reasons. So one, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Just like Joe Burrow, you know, they started off at different schools and were afterthoughts. So you can honestly say that the whole reason that you were the second overall pick and you are the JD that you are is because of the University of LSU. Mm-hmm. That's one. Because Burrow started off here in Columbus, backing up. I know who it was. He lost it. He lost it to.
Lost it to the Wayne Haskins.
Yeah, the Haskins RP. You know. Mm-hmm. He lost it to Haskins, and then he transferred after his sophomore year. After he graduated, so that's why he didn't have to sit out because he graduated in 2 years. Well, actually 3. He was a redshirt sophomore after he transferred. Yep. Graduated 3 years. Transferred the last 2 years of eligibility down to LSU.
Yep.
He was not good at LSU his first year.
He was surely not. Nope.
He was not good. And then he just burst on the scene that last year with JJ and my guy Jamar Uno.
And you got to shout out Coach O. Go Tigers.
Yeah. So yeah, Coach O. You know he turned it out. And what's good, Paz? What's up with you,
my boy?
But look, I look at this matter the same way that I look at the presidential state, right? So what I mean by that is every single year teams go to the White House. And every single year the team presents the president with their presidential number and their name on the back of a jersey. Guess what? They don't keep that shit. That is the president's. When you are no longer the president, you don't keep that shit. That shit stays in the White House. That's LSU's. That part is LSU's. Yes, you are recognized. Yes, you are honored. You are ever remembered. Yep. And the thing is, if you want to have this stance, I actually would side with him more. If he was at a university that is known of retiring numbers, guess what? LSU does not retire numbers. So therefore, get out your feelings. This is not a real thing. Because honestly, all Heismans are not created equally.
Facts.
All right. So this is going to sound like a shot because he happens to be a Buckeye, right?
Oh, here we go.
Troy Smith won a Heisman.
Big
That was
Smitty.
that was arguably the weakest Heisman class in years at that time. He won it like he had, I think he won it with like 3,200 yards passing and like 28 touchdowns or 30 touchdown passes. It wasn't like a stellar year. Like it wasn't like a Joe Burrow year when he threw 60. Right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Saying?
No, I mean,
so
I would never contest that. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And guess what? People wear 10 at Ohio State. People wear 10. And he got them to a national title. Didn't win it, but he got them there.
Should have won.
He should have won.
Got hurt.
That difference in score. I can't get on that train.
Yeah,
like, if it was close, I like yeah. I'm with you.
But Ted, we talked about like, Teddy and the impact he had, bro. Teddy was
I know, but like when you look at it, hindsight, what was it, 42-7?
They were overmatched. I mean, come on, like that was two different. Like
right.
I not to get off subject, but that particular one holds like it hurts because. One, they were overmatched. Two, it was just two separate class of athletes and talent. Like this wasn't that team, that Ohio State team that wound up going to the Fiesta Bowl and upset Miami. I mean, that team was loaded with a bunch of talent. That Ohio State team in particular, that was a prototypical Jim Tressel product that was like, it was an It was like an over-reliable like Corvette that it could do its thing. It had like great line-to-line speed, but you going up against a Bugatti and Lambos, bro. There's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right, exactly.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think LSU made it.
Yeah.
It's not, but facts are the facts. Like 45 is retired at Ohio State, rightfully so, right?
Yep.
I've met Archie a few times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
Deservedly so. When you are the only of something,
elite company, yeah.
There's only two people. Well, it may be there actually is a third. I can't remember his name because there has been an offensive lineman that win the Heisman back in the day. Back when we wasn't allowed to play. Back when we wasn't allowed to play. So I don't count it. So, but he's in that company, right?
Yeah.
But I say that because Ohio State, they do retire numbers, right?
Yeah.
They do. So 45 is retired.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who else is in the class of being, until 2 years ago, the only? Well, actually, he still is the only.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Woodson is the only defensive player to ever win a Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what is not retired at 2? Guess what's not retired at Michigan? The number 2 jersey. But guess what? Now it has to be earned. And he has to sign off on it.
That's fair.
So,
which is how it should be, if anything.
Because he has a relationship with the university. So, I don't know if Ryan's is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think. Ryan wasn't crazy to me yet. Like, Ryan was good. Like, Ryan was better. Yeah. Ryan was better than what. I would say Ryan was better in college than what, like, Sonny Styles was. Like, Sonny Styles just wasn't the fit. If I'm gonna say this, if Ryan Shazier had had Styles as measurables, he'd have been a top 3 pick. He would have top 3 pick.
And these like
Shazier was a killer. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but
he was to me he was a better player than Styles. He was a better player than Styles.
You gotta stop.
He was a better player than Styles. He just is.
Stop this, bro.
He just is. Like the one thing I will say that I respect what him and Arvell is doing, with both of them rocking the 52, trying to bring the 50 jerseys back to the linebacker play. I respect that movement because also Anthony Hill Jr. out in Tennessee is doing it too. Yep. So I respect that movement. But I tip my hat off to them for that. But let's not get off subject.
Please.
But
Carry
in this matter, Jaden is also forgetting he's alienating the fan base at this point. The fan base that made you who you are. So, like, it just is what it is. He's alienated the fan base.
Yep.
He's putting his feelings on his sleeve, his arm, his wrist, his fingertips. Like, shut up. And I'm not gonna go as far as I've seen some people take, and basically calling this a bitch movie. You could tell like his mom had an impact in this because this is what a female would do. I'm not going that route. I think that's like a man can get into his feelings. Like that's like they got to stop that angle. Yeah. So I'm not jumping on that parade. But like to me, it came out of nowhere. And also with Pickett, let's not act like Pickett is a bum. And then also let's not act like Pickett is on the offensive side of the ball. This is a DB. This is a cornerback. The number is allowed to be on every side of the ball. So if this was another quarterback, I actually would understand his case a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right. But there's allowed to be 2 number 5s on the field. I mean, not on the field, but on the team at one time. There's allowed to be 2 number 1s, 2 number 0s. It's 2. 1 on offense and 1 on defense. And they just can't be on the field at the same time together. Right? So I get it. I would get it if it was on the offensive side, and I really would get it if it was another quarterback. But he's not. And then if you want to use a thing like, well, ain't nobody wearing number 9 like Burrow. Burrow has the greatest statistical season a quarterback has ever had, not in LSU history, in college history. Oh, and by the way, guess what he did that you didn't do? He went 15-0. You went 10-3. You are not immortal. You didn't even make the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? What's up about playoffs?
I attribute that more to the head coaching, but you know, that's another story for another day.
Hey, but did he win?
He did.
Did he win? No, he got. Did he? Didn't. He didn't get there.
Not. Come on,
let's be honest. The facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. We're not getting into semantics. The facts is facting. The facts is facting right now.
He did. He had
I'll give it.
Chase or a Jay Jettis at his disposal.
He had Neighbors.
It's not enough.
Neighbors was crazy at LSU. What is we talking about?
He was.
And he had Terrence Marshall too. NFL guys.
Not enough.
NFL guys. Real guys. Guess what? NFL guys. Because everybody don't go NFL. He had NFL guys. He had NFL guys. And when you have a guy, you have a guy.
I attributed it to coaching, which is the reason why Brian Kelly is without a job.
He also had you know what he had, but Burrow didn't have. He did have. Did he go first round? No, he went high second round.
Yeah.
Caliber tight end and Taylor. He had that.
True.
He had that.
True.
So he had a safety blanket. Guess what? Didn't have, and he had Brian Thompson Jr. He had guys. He had fucking guys.
But he
had fucking guys.
We got to be honest.
No, are they JJ and are they Chase? No, they're in different stratospheres. I get it. But guess what? That year going into it, we didn't know either 3 of them were like that. So it is what it is.
But he also did not march into Tuscaloosa and be the almighty Roll Tide in Tuscaloosa. It routed that shit, bro. Like that. Like I think that might have been like the best college football season ever with that particular LSU team with Joe Burrow and the boys at the helm. Like that was just like it was. I was like, nobody's gonna stop them, bro. Like
it was the greatest show on turf, but college and on grass.
Yes.
Like I don't think people understand that. Like you look at that. If you go back and look at that, just off of, I'm gonna take it. I think JJ had 113 catches for like 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns, and finished second in the Volitnikov to his teammate Jamar Chase, who only had like 86 catches but had 1,800 yards and 24 touchdown passes, like touchdown catches. Like people got to understand, like JJ was the slot guy, he was the chain mover, and Jamar was the big play guy.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I mean, don't no
it was
disrespect
levels.
to
It was levels to this.
That's my point, brother.
I get that, right? And I get that.
Yeah.
But let's not act like Neighbors, Brian Thompson Jr. are fucking bums.
I'm not.
Like
Especially
they're not.
Neighbors.
Because
especially Neighbors. No,
because
Neighbors is a dog.
Because Neighbors has the ability to get into that upper echelon.
Yeah.
Especially if he comes back healthy off this knee. Neighbors is like that talent wise.
As long as they can get a quarterback that gets them the ball, that's another story for another day.
We'll see with Dart.
Yeah,
my verdict is out on Dart. Like we'll see. Like I'm not gonna write Dart off. Like I'm not gonna write him off.
I'm not writing him off.
I'm not sold on him, but I'm not gonna write him off. Right. So that's where we go with that. But you know, to bring it into this, because this wasn't even a true segment. I threw this in.
We had to, but we couldn't
because it was the new hotness. It was it was super hot on the scene today. So you know what I mean? Like the verdict is I think he should shut the hell up because like I said, it's just like the presidency. It belongs to the university. Yeah. Like the university made you, in essence. You transferred out of LSU down to the point that LSU was like, fuck Jaden. He's not that good. And then you end up winning a Heisman. That happened. That's true. That's real rap raw.
No doubt. No doubt. Just real fast to answer the chat real quick, because Money, you're absolutely right. There's a reason why, like, when they talk about like who will win in that dream matchup, absolutely. I mean, if there was ever a battle, like if we could recreate that 19 LSU versus that early 2000s Miami team, that would be one hell of a battle. I still don't know if who would come out in that one, but
my thing is like this: as much as y'all say that, I don't want to pivot too much, but I think you got to throw what is it, the 02 Trojans in there?
You talking about with Reggie and the boys? 05. Like 05,
like,
yeah. That whole window, yeah.
Because you gotta look at that defensive side with Cushing and Matthews and yeah, it was guys. It was guys.
I mean,
Liner, like two Heisman winners on the offensive side, like weapons receiver, Bush, Lindale White.
Like, good luck stopping that backfield. Even if
they're not a push.
Receivers.
That USC team is not a pushover, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro.
And that's why I give so much credit to my boy Vinny Young, because he did the impossible. But not to get way off subject, but pause. To answer your question, bro, I am not discrediting him at all whatsoever. He's a dog. If we're talking about Neighbors, that is. I don't know if you're talking about Jackson Dart, bro.
I think it's about Jackson.
Now Neighbors is a dog. Jackson Dart, I gotta see, bro. I mean, like, he had moments, he had flashes. I gotta see it. I gotta see a full season healthy. I gotta see a full season of not putting yourself at unnecessary risk or trying to be like a gunslinger from like yesteryear. I gotta see more. You know, like, I know it's early. This is going to be year number 2, correct? Right? This is going to be second year starter.
Yep.
So we'll see. Where it could be the sophomore stardom or it could be the sophomore slump. I just know based off of what I saw last year, there's still a lot of room to grow as far as Jackson Dart is concerned. So who knows? We got new coaching. I expect the Giants to be better, but you can have the new defense. You can have new dogs. You can have talent all around you. But we all know from watching a multitude of franchises through the years, if you don't have a driver or a captain that can drive the boat, as they say, at quarterback, you're going to struggle. Just ask the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they have continuously struggled since Ben Roethlisberger retired. And they still have not found the long-term answer there, to the point where it's cost them Mike T and a lot of other like good guys that have passed through there since then. Like, I didn't say this last week, but Pittsburgh could very well finish at the bottom of the AFC North this season.
I got them at 3rd. I don't think they finished worse than Cleveland.
Depending on what the hell happens, brother. Like, they put it this way, I'll take Cleveland's receiving room over that debacle that they got over there in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah.
And again, you got Mike McCarthy coming back as head coach.
Champion.
How long time ago.
Champion.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers was much better a long time ago.
Hey, champion.
That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. But at the same time, it was a long time ago.
I get it.
You know, that's like trying to compare like Indiana Hoosiers Bobby Knight to Texas Tech Red Raiders Bobby Knight. Big difference.
Champion.
Still champion, but not in West Lubbock, Texas, buddy.
Yeah, but we digress. Like we said at the jump from the kick. This is Big Ten country where we at, and you know, going into what is supposed to be in our first segment, going into hit the wrong one. Fuck it up. The Big Ten battlegrounds. Big Ten battlegrounds. You know, big Buckeye fan. So going into the Big Ten battleground, Ohio State, you got Michigan, you got Oregon, you got SC. But you know, we're gonna talk about the landscape. So let's see. You said Cleveland, Pittsburgh is low key crazy.
Hey, that's a live pick right there, bro. That's a very live pick.
And this is a football episode. Like we can touch on it at the end, maybe, but it's a football episode, respectfully. So, but hey, but the Big Ten country, we got to look at your Buckeyes, right? So, jumping straight into it. This year, our answers may be a little bit different because we live in the city, right? So we got a different ear to the situation than what most people may have. Is this a title or bust year for Ryan Day, or do you think he still has some leeway?
I think that the national title victory of 2 years ago will give Brian. I was gonna say Brian Day. Who the fuck is that guy? Brian
Who the fuck is that guy?
No, Ryan Day's got hella leeway coming into even now 2 years removed from the national title run. I mean, the guy proved that he could get it done. I mean, we got to be honest, last year was definitely not expected for them to finish like that, but you look at the two teams they lost to, Indiana plus Miami, that was your national championship game. You know, I'm not saying that it was inexcusable, but
we looking at moral victories?
I'm not giving out moral victories, but hey, if you were going to fall short, you fell short to two teams that made it to the national title. Now, if they'd have lost to Michigan again, I'd say absolutely fuck the national championship. That seat's still piping fucking hot, you know, period. So, you got a lot of faith in Sir Eliseo Misijovic or whatever his name is at quarterback. Yeah, we'll see, brother. I've done my homework.
You got a lot of faith in Pat Fitzgerald. In year one.
Yuck. Let's not talk about teams that might even have a bowl game appearance this year, but you know, I digress. But back to my Buckeyes, though. There's a lot of question marks with them, even though they are returning two potential Heisman candidates. You know, a lot of things to consider. Julian Sayin's heading into technically year 3 at the university. Year 2 as the starter. You always got a puncher's chance to make plays with JJ out there still at receiver. Bo Jackson's coming back as the starting running back. You have another loaded receiving room with the Buckeyes, and there's questions as to who's going to emerge as stars on defense. There are some questions there, but I think there's a lot of guys that they brought in that people aren't talking about enough as well that will give them a good solid shot to still be competitive this upcoming season. So I got full faith in Matt Patricia to be able to coach these guys up. They got a lot of good guys that are coming in to provide some solid help. So, you know, I'm with everything that they're doing to be right back in the mix here. What we got here? He says Arnold intends to...
Terry Arnold. Thugnificent.
Oh, God.
Thugnificent.
NFL Thug Boy? Yeah. Y'all have fun with that. So, but, you know, the biggest question with them, I ain't going to say chip or bust, like... Obviously, this team should be in contention. They have the pieces. They have the horses on both sides of the ball to be in the mix. I think they very well could go undefeated in the regular season. I mean, don't get me wrong. The schedule looks very daunting. I mean, the truth is going to be revealed early, obviously, when we show up in Austin, because I definitely think Texas will be a lot better this particular season than what they were last year. So yeah, I mean, you got us going to Texas, Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, USC. Those are nothing to sneeze at
All
as
on the
far as
road.
those games. All on the road. I'm fully aware, but I'm gonna have one hell of a hot take here in a second now that you threw that up there. But a lot of pieces that are coming back. I mean, there's gonna be guys that you're gonna hear about. You know, Kenyatta Jackson, Edric Houston. Those guys are going to be right back in the trenches. Ohio State always has a very competitive front on the defensive line piece of it. You got Devin Sanchez, who's going to be a impact player out there on the perimeter.
A guy. He's a
Opposite,
guy. He's a guy.
no doubt. And you got other guys. Jalen McLean's coming back. Peyton Pierce is stepping in now as a full-time starter at linebacker. And then the things that people don't know is who they got in the portal. You know, you got Earl Little Jr. is going to be coming in to make some plays for them. Quay Rousseau, Dominic Kelly, James Smith. Like, these are going to be some big guys that are going to fill some of those gaps led by some of those stars at Ohio State. So I expect them to reload. Matt Patricia has proven that he can get the best out of guys, because you saw major difference with Ohio State's defense last year, even though they fell short. I still would say they had a better defense last year than what they had on the national championship run when they went all the way. So it's just the one thing I am a little nervous about, and we gonna see, is our run game. Like, Bo Jackson's a solid guy, but in today's era of college
Question is who
football,
that second back is, who that spell back. That's the question. That's gonna be the
that's the
question.
big question mark. And there's a lot of names, I mean, that are in the mix. So yeah. Earl Little Jr.'s he's going to be stepping in to help them out. Not sure if he's going to be like at a safety or nickelback spot, but he's going to be a guy that's going to get in there, bring in 4 years of playing experience there. So he's a fifth-year senior. So yeah, he's going to be major upgrades for them. So we're going to see how that goes, and to help them out. I say that they are very much it's their race to lose. I don't think there's another legit threat in the Big Ten that can topple them right now. Like, I know Oregon's going to be in the mix. I expect Michigan to improve. I don't know if they're going to be right back there in true, like, title contention, but I definitely expect them to improve, especially with their defense getting stronger. Kyle Whittingham brings a hell of a coaching resume and less distractions, but that's another subject that we'll get into. So I'm really high on my Buckeyes. I'm going to say it's championship or bust, but I think the hot seat factor with Ryan Day, I think that's out. Like, you know, as long as you, one, beat Michigan, two, take care of your business as far as like the road games goes, avoid any like lackadaisical losses, stay locked in, you make the playoffs, you are in title contention, I think you're fine. But I truly expect them to contend for a national title. They're definitely a very live pick to be a title favorite this season. But I'm not gonna say like fire Ryan Day if he falls short. Like, that shit's got to stop. Like, the dude's proven that he's an elite head coach. But your take on the state of the Buckeyes,
Being how Buckeye fans are, it's definitely 100% championship or bust. Like, and the reason I say that is, Buckeye fans are gonna look at it as they not potentially have just the best receiver in the country. They probably have the best player in the fucking country in Jeremiah Smith, right? Mm-hmm. You're probably going to bring in the best freshman receiver in the country with Henry. So you're bringing in a loaded receiver room with young talent. That's going to be the key thing. Can they get up to speed quickly, right? Mm-hmm. Bo Jackson is arguably top 3 running back in the Big Ten going into the season.
That's fair.
Julian Sayin is definitely top 3, maybe top 2 quarterback. I think the top spot is definitive out there in Eugene with Dante Moore. Like, going into the season, like, definitively he's that number 1 spot. And then you have defense. Like, you probably have top 2 secondary with Devin Sanchez. You have an NFL concept coordinator who's going to have his guys ready in that 4-2-5 that he runs. Like, I don't think people understand like how good that defense truly was last year under Matt Patricia. and that's because he introduced pro concepts. Basically, I'm not saying they stole or anything but they understood what Michigan was doing when all we kept doing was getting NFL guys to come in and be our defensive coordinators. NFL concepts is different when you deploy that versus college offensive schemes. It's a clear difference, right? So that's where we're at with that. Let me go back to the chat.
Chat getting a little litty today. Appreciate y'all bringing it today.
He said, "We talking about the sucker ass."
Fucking guy.
And then I think y'all have
definitely gonna be a factor.
But I think y'all still got one of the better O lines in the Big Ten. I think O line play would you probably rank it not in any particular order. You probably go like Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Iowa, as far as like offensive line play. But so they're somewhere in that mixed top 5 in the 16-team conference. So in Columbus, yeah, it's definitely, in my opinion, y'all won a championship with just losing to Michigan, and they were setting the city on fire. Fire Ryan Day. Like
I didn't say firing, but you know.
But was that the pulse of the city? Yes.
That was definitely the pulse of the city. And as you know, as a Columbus, Ohio native, even though you are a Michigan guy, there are levels to being a Buckeye fan. You have, casuals. You have fans. I fall in the fan category because I'm rational. And then you got fanatics that just like they about as bad as Cowboys fans and Philadelphia Eagles fans. No shade to those guys, but
and then you got people. Then you got Michigan fans like me who can have an unbiased eye, who was telling my fellow Buckeye here, I was like, hey, chill out. Y'all about to win a fucking natty. I don't know. Y'all go kill Tennessee. I don't know. Y'all go kill Tennessee. Chill.
But you can't blame me, bro. We let down against a team that couldn't
And then he do that. And then he does that. He comes like, you was right. And then I said,
if you're gonna tell the whole story, bro, come on.
And then I said, y'all go kill Oregon. I don't know, man. I was like, hey, it was a tough game. Neutral. It was at home in Oregon, night game. I was like, neutral site. It's a wrap. Y'all killing it.
Hold on. Tell the whole story, bro. Because I have it on good information that someone was heavily intoxicated coming into that fucking Michigan game, which was a key contributing factor to that loss. Another story for another day. But
appreciate you, Sean.
Appreciate you tuning in, Sean, my guy. Yeah, man. No, hey, your birds. I'm just saying, you know how your fans can be, bro. Like Philadelphia fans. You know, they be acting brand new, which I love every time my San Francisco 49ers come in to humble them. But another story for another day. But show the tape, pull the clip. Now we done. Hey, once we get a producer up in here, we gonna have access to that shit. But nah, man, like I was nervous because again, they look so fucking pedestrian against Michigan at home. They should have annihilated that team by 28 points plus. They should have.
I lost money. I put my money on the Buckeyes.
My point exactly. You know,
but guess what? Yeah. I also seen the game, and I also said, came away from it, and I said, y'all lost to us. That was the kicking ass y'all needed, and y'all about to go win a natty. I told you that off rip.
But no doubt. I hear you, bro. But like you're talking as a guy that like you are a voice of reason, but you're coming from the enemy camp. You're not entrenched emotionally as us Buckeye fans are, bro. That shit was different. There was nobody in the city of Columbus that was repping the Buckeyes that was 100% confident that they was gonna rock Tennessee. Now I will say this. When the Tennessee disrespect started, them talking about they gonna plant their flag, they gonna they coming to jump in the lake and they gonna buy out all the seats and all that. When all that shit started,
and they was gonna throw the goalpost into the
overtangent shit. When that shit started, I said, nah, if anything, we got to humble them the fuck up, bro. Like, hey, fuck all the bullshit, And I saw all I needed to see. I said, now, where the fuck have these Buckeyes been had that? That's not the same team that showed up about a month before that. That's not the same team that lost at Austin. But, hey, it did trigger one of the best postseason runs I've ever seen in general. So,
yeah. And I caught it, like, not to my home, but, like, I just seen it. Like, I was like, that's the kicking it. Like, I firmly believe if y'all would have beat us that year, y'all don't win the natty. I think
there's very light possibility.
I think that was the kick in the teeth that y'all needed to win that natty. If y'all beat us and they going off that high, I don't know how y'all win the natty. Like, because at that point, you don't know how to bounce back from adversity. And that's what it gave y'all. And I 100% feel that's the reason y'all won the natty. And I'm not saying that we taking credit for it, but
right.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, nah, that fucking game was cold as shit, boy.
Yeah. Like, but I digress.
In a second.
Yeah, so we gonna get to that. That's definitely a part of it because you're a resident Buckeye fan. I'm the resident Wolverine here. So for us, it's dawn of a new day. It's the Whittingham era. It's dawn of a new day. I wasn't like you said, pull the tape. I wasn't excited about the hire because it wasn't a sexy hire. I wanted younger. I wanted somebody that was going to be there for a while. He's not but I think he's other camp of I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. If you actually look at Whittingham, he's one of the winningest coaches in recent college football, and he did a lot with little out there in Utah. Right? Not consistent top 10 recruiting classes, but at the time, granted, it's not the Big Ten's version of Oregon, but Oregon has been Oregon for the last 20 years, and he was thumping Oregon in the Big 12, in the Pac-12. So it's like I don't fear anybody with him. Like, he preaches toughness, which is Big Ten football, which is Michigan football, strong defensive line play
for sure.
Like, right. He's not a Michigan guy, but he still has like Michigan-esque culture. He's a former college linebacker who played at BYU and then coached at Utah. Like, in essence, for people that don't know, that's the equivalent of you playing at Ohio State and then go being a long-time coach at Michigan. Like, and then not only being a long-time coach, whooping your alma mater's ass for 22 years. Like, that's basically what he achieved out there. So when the current things are going on with him being like, it's not, I hate Ryan Day, fuck Ryan Day.
Right.
You got to understand that he understands what a rivalry is.
Yeah.
But he's also coming in knowing, or being on the side of, I'm the motherfucker that knocks. I'm the one that knocks. That's how he's approaching it. Yeah. And I don't have to hate you to achieve that, right? So that's where it's coming from. But I think it's good. What I've been hearing, I've been liking. For those that don't know, I'm pro black coaches. But Sharon Moore clearly was in over his head with certain on the head coaching aspect. Yeah. Like, and I think I know that's one of the reasons that the criticism around Bryce is so scrutinized, right? So I don't think people understand that Bryce was a 17-year-old when he got on campus. When he took his spring ball snaps, he was 17. He didn't turn 18 until 5 days before the season opener last year. Right?
Like, literally wet behind the ears, bro. Like, literally still on Similac in football terms.
Right? And then, on top of that, you're the number one quarterback, number one player in the country coming in to be the savior, and you don't have a dedicated quarterback coach to develop the man that people just banded together $12 million for his NIL package. That's not on him. You told an 18-year-old kid, figure it out. Like, this is road to glory. Like, figure it out. Make it enough.
I was just going to say, boy, they was definitely like Smokey's Mom and Friday.
Like,
make it enough.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, hey,
right,
money,
Marcelo, my boy.
Safe travels. Just know you can have us on. Just don't look at the screen, bro. Just don't look at the screen, bro. But we appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, so I don't think people understand that is like they put his development. They put Bryce in charge of his own development, which doesn't make any sense. So That's like a major issue. If you don't know how much of an issue that is, like you don't know football. Like he was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like this ain't high school. When you're the best athlete, it's still kind of easy. Like he's no longer the best athlete on the field anymore. He's a great athlete, but he's no longer the best.
Yeah.
So from what I've seen in camp so far,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta look at what non-football enthusiasts wouldn't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So when you watch Bryce last year, it was things like moving of the feet, being uneasy in the pocket, not knowing how to settle his feet, the improper footwork, things of that nature. And in camp so far, I haven't been seeing that. Better footwork,
Yeah.
better patience, better mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
stepping up in the pocket when necessary.
Yep.
You know, people are like, well, he's posting drills of him doing running back drills. Yeah, because have y'all watched Utah play? Utah runs their quarterback a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So Lamar Jackson doesn't get as sticky, as fluid as he gets on the field without practicing that. Like that comes with practice. So like what are people talking about? Like he's practicing moves and his ball carrying ability because he's gonna be running, he's gonna be toting the rock as well this year. Like that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna be a whole new offense. We arguably, like I can't say it because this is depending on a true freshman, but we're gonna arguably have the best running back duo. And I know the duo out in Oregon is gonna have something to say about that, and Hill and Jordan. But Savion Hyder and Jordan Marshall from Downway in Cincinnati,
Yes, sir.
they're gonna be a problem coming out that backfield. The receiver room is not as bad as what people may think. Andrew March is a guy. French has looked decent. JJ Buchanan has looked great.
Yep.
We're bringing over Jay Hill from BYU, one of the better defensive coordinators, to man the defense. We're switching from a traditional 3-4 style to a 4-3. So it's different in philosophy, but Rod Moore, 4-year starter, coming back for extra year eligibility. So we have an anchor in the secondary. We also have Jair Hill on the outside and Samari Earls on the other side. We also have why his name just slipped my mind that quick. Edmonds and Zeke Berry still there. So I like the pieces that we have. Our question is linebacker. We did lose our best linebacker. He did transfer out to Oklahoma. So that payback gonna be a motherfucker week 2, and we gonna get it back in blood. Like we gonna get that back in blood. You want to leave us and go to Oregon? We getting that shit back in blood, my boy. And he gonna feel that when he come back to Ann Arbor. So let's see.
That's a crazy set of logic there, man. Like, can I chime in real quick, man?
You can chime whatever.
Yeah, let me chime in real quick, bro. Like, I think that take right there just shows like just how the hype beast, the hype train, the smoke, or as Biz Markie put it best back in the day, the vapors can definitely overwhelm logic in that particular situation. He's saying he deserves a criticism, but bro, like let's be honest here. Bryce, highly touted recruit. We know this. Got cashed out. Got one hell of a bag to come in to turn the program around. You still have to have pieces to work with to turn the program around. Just like I was talking about with the loss or the victory they had against Ohio State. That was a team that was, while stout defensively, could not move the fucking ball. They couldn't throw the damn ball. With what was it? Who was the quarterback then? Davis Warren, if I remember that is his name. So Davis Warren was that quarterback. Couldn't move the fucking ball. Period. He couldn't throw. He could move on the ground, but to your point, Sharon Moore was definitely in over his head. Like you saw the regression with that team, like year by year by year. You weren't quite getting the same level of horses. There was some like development stagnation. Like the defense remained stout. Like Michigan defense was still Michigan defense. Built to stop the run. Guys that can hit, guys that can attack on the ball, guys that you can leave on an island out there in the secondary as well, and the whole nine. But you're talking about turning things over to a true freshman. Like, no time to sit behind anybody, no time to learn. You're throwing this guy, we're talking from high school prom to come save our program. That is, at that time, 2 years removed from a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
With a departing kick, with a coach that left and took a good chunk of took some pieces, both player personnel and coaching personnel with him to the NFL as well. You're putting that on the shoulders of a kid, like Zay said, that turned 18 at the start of the damn season, bruh. You know what I mean? Like,
but not just that. Let me piggyback before you get too far, because it's coming off this, and this is like how idiotic that statement is, right? He says because they're getting paid, he's expecting them to prepare as a top 5 pick. Guess what happens with a top 5 pick? They've been in a system around adults who have taught them to be consummate pros already. He's 17. He doesn't have that. You're asking for something so fucking asinine that it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. And at the end of the day, yeah, he's getting paid $12 million. That's over 4 fucking years. So it's not even $12 million. It's basically $3 million a year. So let's break it down. That's one. Two. Name me 5 true freshmen who's had a better fucking season at quarterback than him. You can't do it. Name me 4. You can't fucking do it. Name me 3. You can't fucking do it. Bryce had the 2nd greatest true freshman quarterback season in college football fucking history. Behind who? Trevor fucking Lawrence, who went into a situation when Dabo was a fucking competent fucking coach and had a hell of a staff around him at the age of 18.
Yep.
Let's talk about it. Be fucking real for you. Like, for once, be real. Be fucking real. And quit this whole, well, they're getting paid now.
Yeah,
You're
like
a fucking loser mindset.
That's a cop-out.
Because it's a fucking loser mindset. Well, he's getting paid million. Yeah, he doesn't have the fucking resources. So like, let's stop this whole thing of like, well, he's getting paid, so he should be preparing like a top 5 pick. You have to build that. You have to get to that point.
Exactly.
Like, you have to get to that. Lamar Jackson redshirted his fucking freshman year. He didn't play.
Had a chance.
He didn't play as a true freshman.
Degree, right?
He didn't have. Yeah. So like, let's fucking stop. Stop. Like, it's the most asinine shit I've ever fucking heard. And the fact that it's coming from fucking adults blows my fucking mind. Like, well, he's making his money. Yeah, okay. And he still has to fucking learn. He's still a fucking human. He still has to develop. Just because you get the money doesn't mean you're automatically this isn't 2K. You can't buy BC up to 99 overall. Like, stop it. That's not how that works.
That's why they cap you at 85 until you get in there and get some experience. But nah, man, like it's horrible logic to have that kind of expectation. Like, let's use another example of where a guy like clearly had a chance to grow and he had a chance to have some experience and know what the expectation was as far as preparation. Look at Julian Sayin right down the road there at Ohio State. He had a chance to come in and sit behind a guy that, while not being the most talented quarterback out there, that did grow over the course of the season, develop the chemistry with his team, and lead his team to a national championship in Will Howard. He got a chance to sit. Now, we all know the expectations was through the roof coming into last year as a first-time starter. You know, there was even people questioning, like, oh, I don't know, he didn't look that great in camp, blah, 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 blah. Had one of the best statistical seasons, you know, as far as being a first-time starter in Ohio State. Julian Sayin balled the hell out, but he also had the proper time and nurturing to get to that level. You know what I mean? Like, a year of being redshirted is a big difference versus, hey, high school prom, come save my program, and yeah, we're coming off the heels of a national title. We are a national power. We need you to be able to go into, you know, freaking not
Oklahoma.
That he's done it yet. Oklahoma.
Second game.
We need you to go in here. We need you to go into some of these Big Ten trap schools and go win football games. That shit's intimidating, brother. That's not your typical like 20,000, you know, fans rooting for you at an Ohio high school. You're talking stepping into the Camp Randalls, the Shoe. We're talking stepping into the Austin Zoo if they play them, Washington, wherever, bro. And now you're talking about going cross country from not just the Midwest to the West fucking coast. Yeah. You're a kid. We paid you the money, kid. Go figure it out. It's terrible logic to have at the end of the day, man. Now to his point, talking about Terrell Pryor, again, he
didn't
stepped
start.
into a much. He didn't start immediately, but he also did not step into a situation where there was instability. They were in transition. Jim Tressel had won a national championship. The program was stabilized. They had an identity. He had developed a Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback. They had a system that was in place. Now, let's be honest. TP was that guy, but TP was not, versus the quarterbacks that we've produced recently, like Terrell Pryor was not like that at quarterback. He had moments. He was one hell of an athlete, but to his detriment, there's a reason why the guy went undrafted going into the NFL. Never developed like the throwing mechanics, never had the footwork. There's a reason why he had to convert to receiver going into the pros. You know what I mean? Like he was hyped, but hype only carries you so far. You know what I mean? You still have to go out there and have the dog and the drive to do it. You know, I mean, hell, look at it. Look at a Tate Martell, a guy that came into Ohio State as a highly touted recruit. You know, like he ran away from the competition because they saw like, okay, there's something that we're not 100% sold on with this kid. Let's bring in another guy to bring in competition, and he ran from the shit.
What's crazy is he like, what did TP do? TP didn't come in as a day one starter as a true freshman. Like TP only had 1,300 yards passing his entire freshman year, right? But what did he go into? He went into a situation with a competent head coach, with a fucking quarterback coach, dedicated quarterback coach to develop quarterbacks. That's one. Bryce doesn't have that. And then he goes like, oh, what about Nico? Nico, I'm leaving. Nico only played 5 games his freshman year. He didn't start day one. He only had 314 yards. So again, the second greatest true freshman season in football history is Bryce Bryce Underwood. So what are we talking about? And Zeke Berry is our nickel, Isaiah. Like what are we talking about? He's not on the outside. Zeke Berry is a good nickel. We're not asking him to be an island guy. He's not an island guy. Like, yeah, Zeke is fine in this slot. But like, let's be real. Like, you're holding him against. You're saying TP. Bryce had a better season than TP. Bryce had a better season.
He did.
Than Nico. Because he started day one. He won the starting job in camp. These other players didn't.
Right. Exactly.
They didn't. He won it in camp. Now, you can say he didn't have competent competition, but there were transfers that came in with him. Right. And he beat them out.
Yep.
At 17. He beat him out.
Yep.
He has the second greatest high school season, true freshman season in college football history. Put some fucking respect on Bryce's name. Like, it fucking baffles me. And that's coming from a Michigan fan. Like, it's the dumbest shit I've heard, bro. Like, there's no way you were watching the same shit. There's no way. There's no way. Like, even down to the play calling, there were not favorable play calls. Like, put them in winning predicaments, winning situations. They didn't do that. Just straight incompetencies. But they were expecting an 18-year-old kid to pick up the incompetency of a grown-ass man who's also making millions to prepare him for the situation.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Just because they're both making millions doesn't mean that the 18-year-old kid, because he's making the money, is supposed to pick up the incompetencies of a grown-ass man who's paid to develop him and make him better and put him in positions to win. It's the dumbest shit ever. This is not NCAA road to fucking glory. Knock it the fuck out. Knock it out.
With that being said, Zay, because we gonna keep it moving just a little bit. Obviously, you guys got a new OC coming down, and Jason Beck. How confident are you with him coming in now as the new OC?
I'm confident. I'm confident. Like, people don't understand. They had a top 5 rushing attack last year. Top 5. Not in the Big 12. No, the country. Top 5. They had a top 10 offense altogether. Last year. They averaged about 260 passing and about 220 rushing. So now you're bringing that over to the Big Ten. It's still a very physical brand. It's not the traditional I formation. It's not that. But yes, like, it's an innovative way. They still want to run their 13 personnel and 12 personnel with multiple tight ends and multiple backs and moving the pocket. And it's gonna be a fun time. Like, I think our offense is gonna be much more high octane than what people think. Go watch Oregon. You can go watch Utah last year. I'm just saying, go watch.
I've seen
Go
them.
watch clips.
I've seen
go
them.
watch clips of Utah's offense.
Hey, I remember what Cam Rising did when he was the dude there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. And that was a watered down version because Cam wasn't the athlete, but he could sling it. So, but go look what they did with Dan Pierre and the other guy that backed up Dan Pierre after he was hurt, and the way that they utilized him in the run game. But then Bryce has the arm talent, actually superior over Cam Rising. And isn't Cam, if I'm not mistaken, is it Cam the quarterback, one of the quarterback coaches at Michigan?
That's a good question. I can verify that.
I think they brought him over, but yeah, like so. If not, he say that Utah did, but yeah, like he's gonna like pipe down people. Like we're fine. The offense is gonna be fine. We're gonna move the ball. It's gonna look much different than last year. We are going to punish teams. Savion Hyder may be the best freshman back we've seen in a long time. I mean, like,
interesting. He went to the high school. He actually went to
high school
coaching.
level. I know he was advisor with them last year, and they were talking about bringing him over at one point in time. So I wasn't sure I wasn't sure they actually did, but after that knee injury, he stopped all pursuit of the NFL, and he was a quarterback, like almost like a TA, like a CA or a coaching assistant at Utah last year. So I do know that, and they were talking about bringing him over as basically like Bryce is dedicated by himself quarterbacks coach. I know they were in talks of doing that. I just didn't know if they actually did it. But yeah, like that's just where we're at, man. Like, calm down. Hyder's going to be the best freshman we've seen since Hart. And if you know about Hart was a dog at Michigan. So I think we're fine, bro. I think we're fine. As far as the rivalry, the game, I'm not on the hill of saying like 100%. Like, I'm not going to guarantee a victory, but I will say this. One thing I will guarantee, it will be a much more competitive game this year than it was last year. I think it's going to be a very hard-nosed game. And I understand people also got to understand, like, y'all's greatest game, receiver game that y'all ever had at Ohio State by JSN, it did come against a Whittingham-led Utah's team. So people were like, oh, we lit them up. But people got to understand, that wasn't like a Michigan
defense either.
They didn't have Michigan personnel, a top 10 recruit. But people got to understand, when JSN is special, he's in that upper echelon. That's one.
Yep.
Two, it wasn't like those stats came in the game to where y'all was dog walking Utah. Like, JSN had to have that for y'all to
for
Utah.
sure.
For
sure.
Like if y'all don't have that performance, y'all don't win that game. That's what people gotta understand. Like,
that was the last time like non-playoff games like actually meant something. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't make the playoffs after that, like, it was a wrap. Like, you know,
right? And y'all had to have it though. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's what it goes to with, like, when I know it's talking about basketball. Kobe's 81 versus Bam's 83. They needed that. Like, they were trailing at half. Like, they needed that from Kobe. Like, that 83 is not the same. Like, it's not. But
you will never let that go, man.
Never. So
yeah,
like, Michigan will be a lot better this year. Like, and I can't wait to see it on film. I can't wait to see it. What are we, 3 weeks away?
We are about 3 weeks away. Yep.
Like, I can't wait to see it. I think Bryce is gonna shock people. Like,
I definitely think that I'm in agreement. He is going to take noticeable strides this particular season. Again, people don't understand like that instability at the coaching level. How now that you have like guys that are coming in that are established that are proven winners, because Kyle Whittingham is a winning coach. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Utah was a very solid program for them to be out there. The
Pac-12 and Big 12.
Pac-12 and Big 12. Like, they were a solid program. Like you said, not getting the top tier elite talents out there, but like getting the best out of those guys that they were getting. I fully expect them to be solid, but obviously this is going to ride and die on the improvement of the offense. I expect Michigan to field another damn good defense across the board, but this is definitely going to come down to what is the Michigan offense going to look like. It's going to have a different identity to some degree from what we've accustomed to seeing, but it's strictly like offense. Same way I'm worried about Ohio State's like backfield rotation outside of Bo Jackson. You know, I got to see what happens. How do they get past the outside noise? How they handle the development of Bryce Underwood? Because the guy, we haven't even seen his best ball yet, and that's what I hate. The fact that all these damn experts are saying, well, he might be a bust or he might be overrated. We don't see it. We don't. I'm like,
Bro,
I mean, like that. It's like
second greatest
like
freshman
imagine,
season.
like imagine, imagine if we said we saw the best of Joe Burrow at his first season at LSU. That's it. It's not going to get any better. And then he does what he does the next season as a full-time starter, like as a second-year full-time unquestioned starter. You are the QB1. You know, you got you. The system has now been put in place to allow you to grow as a quarterback. It's a big difference. You know, like, I mean, shit. Go back to when Braxton Miller was at Ohio State, and he was out there with Luke Fickell at the damn helm, and
6-6.
6-6. Joe Bowserman was like, what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? He again went from what was it, high school prom to being like, you know, Ohio State's in fucking flames at the time, bro. The tattoo scandal. Luke Fickell's the new head coach. There was some nuts out there that thought Joe Bowserman was gonna be worth a damn out there at quarterback, and they're like, hey, go save us, man. We need to do something. And that season was horrible. Well, you saw what happened when Urban Meyer came in the next season and how they progressively got better. You saw that. I knew we had somebody special as soon as he put that juke move on that kid out there at Cal. At home, I said, oh shit, that's the Braxton Miller I've been waiting to see right there. So he's gonna be all right, bro. He's going to be all right.
And then and then I will say this. All right. Mm-hmm. He had a positive touchdown to interception ratio.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying he is on the same trajectory, but there is a parallel because he is the number one player in the nation, and I'm going to compare it to a former number one pick in the draft, not style wise, but people got to understand how bad Peyton Manning was as a rookie. All right, he's arguably a top
and as a
three
rookie in the NFL,
as a top 3 quarterback in NFL history. I'm not saying Bryce is going to be that, but what I'm saying is just because you start off slow out the gates doesn't mean it hinders how great you truly are.
Yep.
Bryce is fine. I have full confidence that Bryce is going to be great. They're not. I'm not a fan. I'm not a homer, right? To the point like I'm going to be delirious and say
I could live with that. I think that's a fair assessment of where they can land this year.
And say that you know
it's crazy though.
And like say like, oh, they're gonna do crazy things. I'm not gonna guarantee that.
Yeah.
But there is a world that they shock the world and run their schedule this year. They live in a world where that could actually happen. Like, people gotta understand, Indiana came out of fucking nowhere.
Big facts.
They came out of fucking nowhere. Kirk came over from James Madison. Low expectation. His first year, what did he do? 11-1, 10-2, year one. So, just because you don't see it right now doesn't mean that it's not possible. We live in a world where Bryce can take a significant enough leap that we go into the game and they are both 11-0. And it's not out the shadow realm of belief.
Yeah.
Like, it's very feasible. Like, I think we beat Indiana. And I think we punch them in the mouth. Not destroy them, but I think we punch them in the mouth and catch them off guard. And that isn't any type of disregard to Kirk. But I feel like something off.
Mm.
We go see. He's never had to coach from the top.
Yeah.
So it's a difference when you're the hunter versus the hunted.
Versus the hunted, as you took the words right out of my mouth.
So we go see, and
he's sweet
but
Christmas.
my prediction for Michigan is 9-3. My prediction is 9-3.
9-3, okay.
And we just missed the playoffs at 9-3.
Okay.
So if we end at 10-2, we end the playoffs. And if we get invited to that dance, I don't think you want to see us. So, like, it's not homerish because it's not my prediction. Like, it's not the homerish about it because that's not my prediction. But we live in a world to where it's possible. Because, like, at the end of the day, you would have said last year, you would have heard a Hoosier fan, oh, you going to win a natty this year.
And we call him fucking crazy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But I will say, as you and I being Big Ten guys, we know that even before Curt Cignetti, and while Indiana historically was a doormat, they had went from doormat to pest in recent years. You know what I mean? Like
they were a pest to you guys at night games. Like, but so was Purdue. I don't know what it is with those Indiana teams at night for sure.
Man, that's what I said. That's why I said like you asking Bryce to go out there and do his thing, and he got to go into like the Purdue's of the world and Iowa and all these damn them. There's a reason why they call them trap games in the Big Ten, especially at night. Like there are certain stadiums like I don't give a damn how bad their team stinks, brother. That like it's different, bro. It magnifies. There's Friday night lights and then there's primetime Saturday night lights on the road. There's a difference, especially in the Big Ten. Put some respect on them boys' names.
Like this is how insane this this is just how insane people are with their thought process, right? Like I'm gonna take Isaiah as an example, right? He says I'm sounding real homerish, even though that's not my prediction of the actual team itself. My actual prediction is 9-3, right? Okay. Yep. But we also live in a world where you guys expected us to beat us 2 years ago, and it didn't happen. So that means it could fucking happen, right? So we also live in a.
We keep some people away from the country clubs, and
it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care what happened to getting there. We know the result of what happened. We live in a world where the losingest team in college football history just won a natty last year, going 16-0. Right? We live in a world where James Madison played in the playoff game last year.
We also live in a
world.
We lived in
that world.
This is a world where Penn State came off of a playoff run and whoo, what
right. Exactly. That's also the thing. We live in a world where Penn State was expected to be a national power, top 3 team, and didn't make a bowl game.
Lost to a team that was winless, with a guy coming in on same week notice as the head coach, but Pete, we also live in a world where that same Penn State team took Indiana to the depths of hell to beat them. So, no doubt.
I'm saying is
we know how it gets done.
It's a possibility. Yep. Like we live in a world where I've witnessed Michigan lose to Appalachian fucking State when they were FCS. I live in a world where I've watched Michigan lose to the University of Toledo. I've lived in a world where I've seen little brother Michigan State block an unnecessary punt and beat us.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, Big Game James. Yeah, I know he got fired from Penn State after that shit. JT, I hope that's who you're questioning here. Yeah, James Frank. They
fired him because of how bad they were.
Like they look shaky out.
No. Here we go. Thank you, JT. Hey, guess what? All that money they was paying Drew Aller, a grown ass man, why didn't he compensate for it? All that money they was paying Nick Singleton, why ain't he fucking compensate for it? You see how fucking delusional you are? You see how you just trapped yourself? Like that's idiotic what you just said. Whoa, they fired their coach. Hook, line, sinker. Get the fuck out. Pack him the fuck up. Like, that's the dumbest shit. You can't say that. Whoa, they fired their coach. Coaching competencies. They getting paid millions, JT. Mm-hmm. Like they tucked their head between their tails and took it. That's what happened
Whoa,
at Penn
whoa,
State.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
It took it.
Now, hold on. We talking about Zay being a holper. That is one hell
Like-
of a take, Paz.
like, so,
James
like, that's
Franklin is
the-
the worst coach in college football history. That
is
is
the worst. It's
one
crazy.
hell of a take. You cannot dismiss
crazy.
what that dude did at Vanderbilt, brother. And y'all
Like,
y'all
it's
just
crazy.
couldn't win big games, man. That's all it was with Penn State, brother. That's all it was.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, you're trying to give them. Well, they fired the
True.
coach.
They
They
did.
fired the coach.
They did.
Yeah, they fired the coach. Why? Because that means that it would be coaching competencies. So they made a change. So therefore, that's their alibi. But for some reason, the 18-year-old kid is supposed to be like, hey, he's getting paid this money. So go ahead and motherfucker, he's supposed to pick up the incompetence of the coach. That doesn't even make sense, JT. It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey,
What are we talking about?
I can't.
What are we talking about? Like, bro, like
Are we
you set yourself up.
Dominance?
You set yourself up.
Oh,
They've
nah,
never
man,
been
nah.
dominance.
No. We ain't doing that either. One bad season, my ass. They lost to a team that was winless. After firing their head coach, whoever, I don't even know the guy's name, but he came in as a damn, on 3 days notice? And fucking beat the shit and beat Penn State convincingly. Like, beat them convincingly. Then you
almost lost
to Northwestern right after
they
that. Like, no,
almost-
there's no panic. He had to go.
They
He had to
almost
go,
lost
bro.
to Villanova.
Hey, we knew
A lot of
the
people
writing
didn't
was
know
on-
Villanova had a football team.
I did as a
I know. I know they did.
right, but
Brian Westbrook. Like I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm just saying. A lot of people don't know.
Isaiah would be here to hear that.
That's what I'm saying.
As a resident Eagles fan, no doubt.
Like, I'm just saying. Like,
oh man,
they struggled all season with teams that they were favored to beat by 30 points. They struggled.
I mean struggling. I'm talking like a number one. It's like a number one ranked or like a top 5 ranked draft pick at an offensive lineman, and Buddy's struggling to throw up.
See, and this is
150
also
on
the
bench.
thing, bro.
Like,
People
come
are
on.
like, oh, if Bryce wasn't talking how he was talking, it would be different. But at the same time, you say you want your quarterback to
shit.
be the leader of the room, to be confident, and the team follows in their image. So therefore, he's supposed to be a bitch, and he's supposed to be quiet and not lead by example. So therefore, how do you want your quarterback to be? So like that doesn't make sense. You see how people just like contradict themselves? Like it doesn't make sense.
almost-
You don't want your quarterback to be confident. You don't want him to be sure about his ability. But like, what are we talking about?
I'm thankful for this content that he is serving up because we're about to have a field day with some of these clips.
Now
but-
coaches or teams can't have one bad season.
Yes,
No, they can't. No, they can't have bad seasons, right? They can't. You can't have a bad season when you are a preseason top 3 team coming off a playoff berth, and then you out the gate, you take L after L after L to far inferior competition. That means there is something wrong. Whether he needs a different voice in the locker room or he's lost his locker room.
Something, locker room.
Someone has to go.
Heads got to roll. Heads got to roll. Especially in today's climate, guys are getting paid too much money. Like, you mean to tell me that they're going to be investing $20 million in a roster for that kind of like return on investments? Like, just imagine. Just imagine if Ohio State, the year that they won the national title, not only did they lose to Michigan and Oregon, say if they let down against some of those other teams, they wind up giving like that could like them. Say if James Franklin won against Ohio State that season, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, probably. Like, it's one thing to have like bad seasons, but when that is magnified by the inability to win big games, right? The inability to maximize when the company or the roster or the college steps up and says, hey, we're going to make investments, we're going to get you the pieces that you need, we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and you wind up maximizing that and getting to the Big Ten championship and making a decent playoff run, and you follow it up with that bullshit. Oh fuck no. Heads gotta roll. Heads got to roll.
Just like I know it's the NFL, just like Marty Schottenheimer's head rolled after he went 14-2 and lost his first playoff game. Fired.
Happens all the time, bro. Lionel Hollins in basketball made the Western Conference Finals with Memphis, farthest they've ever gotten as a franchise. Fired. Mark Jackson, Golden State Warriors, farthest they had ever gotten in a while. Fired. Like shit's like it can happen, and it might not necessarily just be what's going on the hardwood or the field, bro. Like shit happens. You know,
Like,
shit. Shit, David Black got fired in Cleveland. He was number 1 in the East at the time when he got fired from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, what are we talking about here, bro?
yeah, like
It ain't just like having a bad season. The bad
'cause what
season
people
just
gotta
magnifies the shit.
because like the people will be like, well, you know, yeah, they beat Nevada, they beat FIU, they beat Nova, and they look at it and be like, well, they blew Nevada out. They pulled away late in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
FIU, they struggled all game and they pulled away. It was like 7-0 going into the fourth quarter, and they ended up beating them 34-0. Versus Nova, it was like 14-0 midway through the third. Versus
That Villanova
Nova,
shit. We should have known. We should have
versus
known.
Nova. Nova's FCS, not FBS, FCS. Right?
Cannot compete.
So they went in. They went in. Oregon came in, and they played Oregon tough, and they went to overtime with Oregon. I'll give them that, right?
Yep.
But then they followed up and lost to a winless UCLA team. So you struggle with Nevada, FIU, Villanova, you lose to Oregon, and then you lose to UCLA, who hasn't won a game, and their coach had just got fired 6 days prior, and then the person they appointed the interim quit, so then they had another guy step up. Okay. And you lose to him.
Yeah.
And then you fire Franklin because you need a new voice. And then what do? You go and lose to a 1-win Northwestern team the following year. The following week.
No, he got canned after the Northwestern game.
Which makes it worse.
But still, yeah.
So that makes it worse. So Franklin was still there. Then you lose Northwestern. All right, you get a new voice. And then you lose to Iowa. And then you get thumped by Ohio State. And then you lose a close one. You took Indiana to the depths of hell. Cool.
Yep.
But you lost. You lost. You lost.
You lost, Rock. You lost. Every fight I got you. The Great White Hopeless, they called you, remember?
Yeah. You lost.
Last Dragon reference there for you.
Yeah, like... Bro, my chat just jumped. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. No, the shit... hey. Well, welcome to the layer cake, son.
Nah, yeah. But like... That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, it's an unfair critique, and people don't want to use consistent logic across their arguments. And we got to stop it, bro.
Oh, man. I mean, really, Bill O'Brien did, but, you know, if we're gonna be honest about that, but yeah.
No, that's also played into why he got fired, though. Yeah. It's not just highlighting not winning. Okay, so I also will say this in regards into defense of James Franklin, because I said it on the show. Yep. I said it on here, on my platform. Penn State has a misconception of who the fuck they are. They are not of upper echelon. They believe they are a top tier program. They are not. Because they don't fucking win. Outside of the one championship that they got in the Paterno era, which they have since destroyed the Paterno identity, they are not that program. They never have been.
Yep.
And I don't think they'll get back to that realm. They've always been the little brothers in the Big Ten.
No doubt.
They've always been second tier to Ohio State and Michigan. Like, Oregon's going to be the other team to threaten being in that upper echelon. And USC might be the other one to threaten it every once in a while. But people got to understand how dominant these two teams have historically ran this fucking conference. Because people talk about, like, oh, this last 20-year run in the rivalry, those were dominated by Ohio State. The previous 20 years, it would go 7 years, 3 years, 7 years, like it would switch back and forth, and like every once in a while you may get like a Northwestern and surprise you. A Penn State might get to it,
Right.
but historically it's been dominated by us too.
Exactly. No, I mean,
And
there's a
Penn
reason
State
why
has
they
never
say-
had a consistent seat at that table,
right.
ever.
Like it's always like with the Ohio with the Big Ten, it's always been like the two kings, the Prince, which was like Penn State by default, and the rest of the Big Ten. Like everybody else has been playing catching up. They had hot 16 moments. Like Wisconsin will have a moment here and there. You know, whoever you want to call off. Like, you know, Iowa might be in the mix for a hot second. Who Michigan State might be in there. You know what I mean? But they couldn't sustain it because they're going up against those two machines. Even right now with the expansion, you know, of the Oregons and USC's and UCLA's and Washington's being added, like, you know, there's levels to this, and they're going to find out as well, like, you know, in general. But yeah, exactly, Isaiah, like, yeah, their championship was definitely upset in Ohio State. Like, that was like the biggest accomplishment. Like, I think that even was like bigger than their playoff run here from 2 seasons ago. But speaking of Oregon, man, we got to talk about Oregon as well too, because I know that's like
we do big. It's big. So with Oregon. Right. I know you don't like him. I'm a Lanning guy. I like Lanning as a player's coach to me, and Lanning can get me to run through a fucking wall. Like I think Lanning is one of the best fucking coaches in the nation.
smug son of a
And
bitch.
his record, I think his record validates that. Like, I think his ability to recruit validates it. So going in, is Oregon the Big Ten favorites? In my opinion, yes, they are the Big Ten favorites, but I don't think they're gonna win the Big Ten this year. Like, I think they got both of us this year, and Indiana.
They too have a tough schedule. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. I will tell you that shit.
Like,
woo-wee.
like I think they treated them like they the boogeyman.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much, brother. Because like you're talking like that's a steep schedule. I mean, USC is gonna be hard. Don't know about UCLA.
Thank you, Zeke. Thank you, Isaiah. He said, "I hate that I like Lanning."
Man,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he likes him. No, the reason he likes Lanning, he doesn't like him because he coaches Oregon, but he knows the way that he's seen him. Just like I said, Lanning will get you ready to play. He is a coach. Lanning is a coach that Isaiah will want to fucking play for. That's why he likes Lanning.
I know. There's another.
That's why he likes Lanning.
There's another hidden reason why you like Dan Lanning, and it's for a reason why I dubbed you a nickname like not too long after we first linked up and started doing this podcast thing. I nicknamed you the Evil Genius for a reason, and my distaste, disdain, fucking whatever you want to call it, displeasure of even mentioning Dan Lanning stems from that bullshit that he pulled against Ohio State. Like, I'm sorry. I will never respect a guy that will stoop that low to exploit a rule book to try to win a game. Win it on merit. Don't win it by trying to exploit the fucking rules, bro. Like, that's no different. That's no different than.
I can argue the fact that me knowing the rules more than you means I merited that shit.
That's fair, but still, like, it's bullshit, bro. Like, to me, that's no different than using a Chrono Zen in 2K to win, bro. Like, flat out. Like,
we go against it. We go against it. And nigga said I got his in and I ain't got one. So what's your point?
Like, that dude is like, if Chrono Zen was a head coach of college football, it's Dan fucking Lanning. Like, fuck that guy, bro. Straight
and
up.
Thank you, Isaiah.
I get it, man. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I am for like doing whatever it takes within the rules to win. It was an exploit within the rules. He exploited it, but there's a reason why they fucking changed the shit right on the heels of that, because it was total bullshit. Like, that's low-key like embarrassing the sport, in primetime TV, and then having the fucking smugness to back the shit up with that fucking smile of his when they interviewed him after the fact, bro. Fuck Dan Lanning, bro.
We can't be in the business. We can't be in the. We cannot be in the air. We cannot be in the era of motherfuckers need to stand on business and they get mad at he still on fucking business. I did it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I put an extra man on the field because I knew That even
fuck
if
him,
regardless of the situation, this was gonna be the result, and the time can't be put back on the clock. That's knowing the rules, and I merited that. That's evil genius shit. That's mad scientist shit. That's next level shit. That's honestly shit that Bill Belichick would do. That's winning shit.
Oh, absolutely. And as far as being a head coach, fuck Bill Belichick too. And that's my point. It reeks of that shit. You want to know why I'm not a Patriots fan, especially if the era of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is shit like that. Fuck them rings, bro. The motherfucker still lost twice to Eli Manning, and he lost to a backup quarterback. He lost to Isaiah's guy, Nick fucking Foles. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. They want to talk about stand on business. I stand on that.
Things. You got 6 of them things.
That's fine.
Fuck
And
you
that's
talking
fine.
about?
That's fine. That's fine. Joe Montana doesn't know losing in the Super Bowl.
Ooh. Ooh. So Jordan the GOAT. So Jordan's your GOAT.
Nah, you know me, bro. Like, hey.
Nah, fuck that. Robert Ory the GOAT. Robert Ory the GOAT. He don't know what it's like to lose. He ain't no.
Bill Russell's the GOAT. He got 11 of them things.
He lost. He lost. Fuck we talking about?
You know how it goes, bro. Like that's the shit that I'll be talking about. Same way they want to use that immunity fucking argument with Mike. I'm like, y'all gotta chill, bro. I can't stand the Patriots, but I respect greatness, even though it comes with that bullshit. But hey, when the Death Star falls, I'll be the biggest one clapping in the front row of the movie theater, cheering the shit while it fucking implodes. Which is the reason why I enjoyed us beating the living bejesus out of Oregon.
And I
even enjoyed that game so much. I rewatched clips of that where they got Jim Ross doing commentary over the fucking plays that are being made against them. Like, I enjoyed that shit so much, brother. Nah, you want to get me fired up? Mention Dan Lanning around me, bro. This shit happens.
I'm just saying, bro.
Take me 0 from 100 to 100 real quick.
Hey, Lanning is a guy I would love to play for, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Look, even down to the opener when DeCoria Moore blocked the dude into the end zone, right? He gave him his kudos, but he also gave his honest and fair critique. Hey, how was about that block? He was blocking the wrong guy, but he was blocking his ass off. So we're going to have to get that assignment right. He's the type of coach that you would love to play for, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. He's a player's coach. And that's the reason he recruits so well. I'm just saying, bro. But with us talking about Oregon and our teams and us going after, we go have to chop some shit up.
No, you good. We good.
So,
we good. We can get ready to go rapid fire with it, but we definitely got to talk about that next subject because I got a live take with that one.
Which one?
You know the next what's on next on the agenda right after we get done talking about Oregon here because we got to talk about that one.
Oh, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a little Indy action, huh? Little Indy action.
Yep, no doubt. But as far as Oregon goes, I know the original question was we got way off subject, but the original question with Oregon was, are they the Big Ten favorite?
Favorites. Yep.
Call me a homer. I think it's still Ohio State. Ohio State, I think is still the team to beat. Obviously, I mean, hell, they're coming back with 2 out of the 4 Heisman favorites. You know what I mean? It's going to be Ohio State to be there. Obviously, I think that also makes them dangerous because of the fact that people are crowning Indiana as the team. I mean, obviously they're reigning the defending champ. A lot of people are picking Oregon, so I think, in my opinion, that's going to make Ohio State a more dangerous team. People are going to count them out. They're going to say that, hey, they got exposed. They're not as good as they were. There's still some bullshit chirping out there about Julian saying, in spite of the stats that he put up, oh, well, he's got the best receiving room in the country. That's fine. You still got to be a guy that can get those guys the ball. So I'm not in favor. I think Oregon could easily finish top 3 in the Big Ten. I just don't know if they're going to be able to beat Ohio State this particular season. Let me see. Where's that game even at here?
Indiana.
Let's see.
Is that Indiana?
Well, no, it's Ohio State.
Yeah, is that Indiana?
Well, no, I'm talking about Oregon. I'm sorry, Oregon and Ohio State.
You said Indy. So
yeah, my fault. No, my fault. I know that one. That one's at Indy, but Oregon's got 2. Shit, it ain't telling me. Damn. Why is it not telling me where these guys are playing at?
I see.
Awesome.
Because I think Ohio it's here. It's here. It's in Columbus.
So yeah, that's gonna be a tall order for them to march into Ohio, into Columbus and be ready to pull that off. So, so yeah, it's going. They'll be in the mix. They'll be right there. I just don't know if I'm ready to tag them as a favorite. I'm going to stay at home and pick my Buckeyes as the Big Ten favorite, in particular. So,
yeah, I think Oregon is going to be the favorite going in.
Mm-hmm.
They have a favorable schedule. Like USC, I think they're going to play them tough.
Yep.
I think they'll curve stomp UCLA. They'll curve stomp Nebraska. Illinois curve stomp. Northwestern curve stomp.
Don't sleep on the Fighting Illini, bro.
Nah.
Don't sleep on them. I'm not saying that they can beat Oregon, but just don't sleep on them in general. Two. I'm not a big Brent Bielema fan, but they've looked solid in the past two seasons.
I see. Yeah, they did. But go look how they fared versus Indiana last year in that night game. That I know they're gonna make this a night game.
Last year,
No. That's Brent. That's
last
Brent.
year. That's last year.
You can't be talking about. You can't be talking about historically. This is what Brent do. That's part of his historical past. Like,
I mean, come on. There's Brent Bielema and then there's Big Dave James.
Like, they got to stretch Oregon. They go to Ohio State and they got Michigan come to the crib the following week, and then they fly back east and play Michigan State, and then go back home into Washington to wrap up the season. Like, they don't survive both of those games. The 17th and 14th, they don't survive both. They lose one of those games. They lose to Ohio State or Michigan, if not both. So, and that's where I'm at with that. Like, they don't survive both of them. I don't know a world where they survive both. So, they're the favorite, but I also think people are still sleeping on Indiana. But I also don't think there's an undefeated team coming out the Big Ten this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in my prediction, I have Indiana beating Ohio State, but losing to Michigan on the road. Like, and it could also be flipped to that. Them lose to Ohio State and then beat Michigan, but they don't survive both of those either. Like, I think it's crazy that in both situations, the other two big teams play them back-to-back weeks. Oregon plays them back-to-back, and Indiana plays them back-to-back weeks. So, I don't think they survive both. They're the favorites going in, and I think they make it. But I think they play Ohio State, and I think Ohio State probably wins the Big Ten this year. So that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, and I'm a fucking Michigan fan, and I just said my prediction for Big Ten champ is Ohio State. So homer that, my guy. Like,
I love it.
Homer that, me guy.
Whoa.
But you said you wanted to touch on Indiana?
Yeah, because I mean we gotta pay the defending champs their just due, and I'll let you go first on this, man. The Indiana's the defending national champions.
So,
what's your outlook
I just
on
don't
the
know.
Hoosiers?
They're gonna be very good and very competitive. Well coached is well coached, and that's what they gonna be. And they got better talent this year overall, but there is a difference from when you're the hunter versus the huntee. So we go see how Kirk responds to being a hunted. He has a very favorable schedule to start the season off. Like, they got North Texas, and everybody that was really good left North Texas. Right? So now a game that could have been something going against Gus Meyer and all them boys, they all at Oklahoma State now.
Yep.
Curb stomp. And then they doing the shit that I hate and that y'all doing as well. And I fucking hate it with y'all playing Grambling State. But they playing Howard.
Hey, man.
They're playing Howard. I hate it.
You gotta help the kids, man.
Fuck
that. They spreading some of that new money that they got now. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that. And then they go on and then they play Western Kentucky, curb stomp. Then Northwestern comes in, curb stomp. So their first 4 games is at home with dubs all over the place. Then they go on the road to Rutgers, dub. Then they And then they're on the road at Nebraska, dub. So they're going to start off 7-0. They're going to start off 7-0. Then they play Ohio State. And then they play Michigan. And then they play Minnesota. And then SC. So SC could challenge. Michigan's go challenge. Ohio State's go challenge. They go to Washington. I think they beat Washington, but I think they struggle early with the crowd noise up in Washington because they do get rocking in Washington.
Don't sleep on DeMar Williams.
And then they curb stomp rival Purdue. So
it sounds like you got them going 10-2 from the
I got them about 10-2. They're gonna be very competitive. 10-2, and they go compete. Like I said, I don't think anybody comes out unscathed out the Big Ten. I really don't. Like
I like it.
Nobody. So.
Interesting. The Hoosiers. There's a lot of positives. I mean, like you said, there's a difference between going from the hunter to the hunted and catching a lot of teams off guard, and some teams possibly coming in a little bit, light-footed, not believing in the toughness, and just being the guy that can inspire the troops to get going. When the moment of truth arrives. They got a lot of positives going. You got Josh Hoover coming in to replace Mendoza, so that's going to be at least somewhat settling for their offense, even though...
it 100% is. Like, I'll say this, and it may sound crazy in retrospect because we know what happened.
Yep.
Coming from their situations into the season, I feel at their previous locations, Hoover was better than Mendoza at TCU than Mendoza was at Cal.
That's fair.
So
even in spite of being a turnover machine,
who?
Hoover.
Yeah, I think he was more talented. Like when you watch them play, at their previous respective schools, you would have said Hoover was better than Mendoza.
Yep.
So
that's fair.
That's where I'm coming from. So people could see that and be like, they may be getting an upgrade because even with Hoover, Hoover's turnovers was Baker type shit, trying to be a gunslinger and make shit happen. So it's a difference from just turning the ball over, right? And you trying to play hero ball. Do you now go into a position where you're probably not going to have to play hero ball?
No doubt.
If that makes sense. Like, because it's still in the world, they can be 12-0 because they got I think they have a better, which is going to sound crazy because 3 of them went to the league. I think they have a better receiving core than they did last year.
I'm well aware of Nick Marsh coming in and got Charlie Becker coming back, who were, I'm aware. I'm aware they got 100 catch and a 1,300-yard receiver coming in. I'm
like I was saying, like I think they might be a little bit more talented of a unit than they were, which is crazy to think.
I mean,
because like I said, 3 of them went league. Right, 3 of them went league. So, and 1 of them went first round. Yeah. And Omar Coop. So, but I think
overrated, but
No, I'm with you. I didn't like it. But he went first. He went first.
He went first. I mean,
the facts is facting.
He did something right to convince those that he was a first round pick. He just wasn't. He wasn't on my draft board. Because my beloved Niners were in the market for a receiver, but he just wasn't on my target board.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, facts is fact. He first round pick. I didn't agree with it, but first round pick.
No doubt. And they got some guys that are coming back on defense. Their defense, I think their defense is going to probably be better than what their offense was. So I do think that is going to be a major factor. You got a lot of returning guys, some key guys. I mean, you got Tyreek Tucker.
Their biggest miss is going to be missing Pons. Pons is special.
Yep.
Pons I don't care if he's 5'10".
Yeah.
Pons was special.
He was a dog though. And
that's what I said. I don't care. I don't care if he's 5'10". He's a dog.
Hey, just like people used to try to discredit my boy Steve Smith, 5'9", but played much bigger, so but they got a lot of pieces coming back, but this to me, I always say that pride comes before the fall. Their schedule is very much in favor for them to, have a winning record. I think they're going to have a winning record.
They'll be bowl eligible for even getting to Ohio State. They'll be 7-0 going into Ohio State.
this might be hot. I know we're in the business of Chris takes, but somebody's got to stir the pot at some point. I think Indiana, once they lose to Ohio State, it could be a collapse impending. Because I think that
wouldn't shock me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Michigan's gonna be a lot better than what people think, and I think they're gonna. I have them beating Indiana, but I have us losing to Oklahoma at the beginning of the year. But I think the reason we beat Indiana is because we lose to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the Nebraska game is going to be a bit more of a challenge than what people are giving them credit for. But I definitely think that there could be a situation where we're looking at 4 L's starting with that Ohio State. I think they could easily. I'm pretty confident Ohio State's going to beat them. I think that they could easily lose to Michigan as well. Minnesota, probably not. I think USC, depending on, because I think that there's a coach out in Southern California that is officially on the hot seat. But I think that could be another one that could be a major L, and I could easily see 4 losses piling up, man. And we're talking about a situation where those guys are let me see, 4 losses means they go what,
8-4?
8-4, yeah. So that could very well much be a case, and then there could be a trap game tucked away in there. I don't see it on the front end of their schedule, but I could easily see 4 losses potentially, man.
I don't see a trap game on the back end, because that means for it to be a trap would mean Purdue or Minnesota.
I don't see it either one,
because both of those are at home.
Yeah, nah.
So,
yep. But I could easily see them going 8-4 potentially.
I got them at 10-2, but
that's fair.
That's my prediction for them. But let's go rapid on some things. I feel like I know where you're at. Who you got internationally? Who you got in the national championship? Who you got winning it?
Teams I got. I mean, obviously, I've already made it clear that I think Ohio State's a live contender to be in the mix. There's 2 teams I don't, and I say this because I am not a fan of either program. I think it could be a scenario where we see Ohio State going up against either a Georgia or a Notre Dame potentially in a rematch of 2 years ago. And I say that because Notre Dame, brother. They look dangerous. Man. CJ Carr coming in, major factor for them to possibly that. He could be a dark horse candidate to be in that Heisman mix and possibly disrupt that.
He's not dark horse. He's one of the top 5 favorites.
Okay. I mean, I know everybody's leaning towards, some of the other guys. I mean, I know a lot of people are talking Dante Moore, Julian, Sayin, Jeremiah Smith. Who they got?
Yeah, the preseason favorites are right here. Okay. Carr, Manning, Sayin, Moore, and Jeremiah Smith.
In there, bro, but
well, if you buy stock in the way he ended the season, and he's saying that he's going to build off that, I understand it.
Yeah,
he was a lot better in the end of this season than he was at the start.
Obviously.
So put it this way: we'll find out very quickly,
very early. Yes, we will.
We'll find out.
And then it's not even so much as him.
Early.
It's not even so much as him, man. I'm not a big fan of his coach. I think Steve Sarkisian, while has shown the ability to keep a team in the mix, I just am not a fan on so many fronts. I mean, I know I give somebody else gripe about alcohol and stuff like that. I think there's another guy that could be fighting those spells too. With a proven issue a long time ago, but different story for another day. But now I think Notre Dame's definitely going to be a live contender. I got Ohio State in there. Then if I had to pick a team that's going to be there, I can't really choose right now between Georgia or Notre Dame. But I think one of those 2 teams will definitely have something to say about it. Notre Dame's still holding the advantage of not being in conference, with the bulk of their schedule being affiliated with the 10 conference. So they'll be in the mix. The low hanging fruit says keep Oregon in the mix. I don't see it, bro. Something's got me thinking with that schedule. They could easily be on the outside looking. I'm not saying that they're not going to be in the playoffs, but I don't think that they are going to be a live threat to contend for a title this season. But those are my top 3-ish teams that I got in the mix to be right there.
Okay. Cool. Me, my national championship prediction. It's gonna be some flip mode the greatest.
Oh shit! Let's say flip mode.
Okay. So I mentioned both of these teams because if you want to call me a homer or anything, you can say I'm a Big Ten homer. I'm a Big Ten guy.
That's fair.
And I think we continue our dominance to the point of we represent both teams. All right. So that's one. We represent both teams.
Okay.
So regardless, in my predicament, the Big Ten winning the Natty 4 years in a row.
I'm with that.
All right.
I'm also in support of that too.
And Ohio State gets there. I have Ohio State penciled in.
Okay.
I have them penciled in versus Oregon. And I have Oregon losing to Ohio State here in Columbus. But I have Oregon, flip mode the greatest, neutral site. And Dan Lanning hoists his first natty. That's what I have.
You would make that.
That's what I have. Like, and that's not even on some, I'm trying to get up under your skin. Like, I think Lanning is that good of a coach. And talent-wise, they have the talent all over the field.
Oregon's
and they should be right there in that conversation. Like,
for sure.
And they arguably have the best quarterback in the country. They arguably have a top 3 receiving core. They arguably have the best front 4 in the country. Like, I don't think people understand like how good their defensive line is. Like, it should be Miami-esque, but with better defensive tackles. Like, like let that sink in.
Okay.
The way people talked about Mesidor and Bain, I can't pronounce his last name. He had the real big name brother, the quarterback for Clemson, the Samoan. Onigama?
Like Uyangalele?
Yeah. So his little brother on the other edge.
Or some people like to say ukulele.
Top 10 pick. Yep, top 10 pick. Yep. Another guy on the other edge, top 10 pick. And they arguably have 2 first-round defensive tackles anchoring it. Then anchored by who I feel is the best safety in football in Coy Parrish. And the reason he's the best safety in America is because Caleb Downs finally left. So it frees up that spot. So I think Coy is the best safety in America, and they have very young, talented corners that can cover and run. So, yeah, I got Oregon in a dogfight. Flip mode the greatest in Miami.
Got you. I'm gonna throw a little bit of a wrinkle in here. Now, outside of the guys that is in your heart of hearts that are going to be in the mix, who would you say is a dark horse to be in the mix that chatter might not be as high as about them for any variety of reasons? Who would you say would be a dark horse?
Dark horse?
A dark horse to be a contender for this season.
So, see, I don't like the way you phrased the question.
Yep.
And the reason I don't like the way you phrased the question, because you said outside my realm. Yep. Dark horse for me is Michigan. That's a dark horse. But outside of them, you're not going to see this one coming. Okay, are we talking about for a natty or just to make the playoffs?
Just for a natty.
Okay.
Because again, I mean, we
I don't think there's a dark horse for the natty.
Okay.
Like Notre Dame isn't a dark horse. Georgia isn't a dark horse.
Nope. Oregon's not. Ohio State isn't, obviously.
Right.
And I'm not saying they got to be like outside, like unranked or anything like that, but just like a team that, again, with
outside those ones, I say Texas, because if Texas get it right with Arch, Cam Coleman is special.
Yeah.
And if Arch truly takes that step, they're gonna be a problem because they got the defense. They got the Hogs on defense.
Okay.
But dark horse to make the playoffs, in year one in his regime, in his takeover in Stillwater, them Cowboys of Oklahoma State. He brought that North Texas team over who was balling.
Yeah.
And you know who I talked about North Texas last year.
Yeah. I like it.
That's my dark horse to make the playoffs.
Woo! Pause. Funny talking about some Penn State and Syracuse. I mean, hey, Syracuse is in the tank conference. I wouldn't rule it out. I think there's no path forward for Penn State to make any sort of leeway. The Big Ten is too top heavy. I just don't think they're going to make enough noise to potentially break through that hierarchy. I mean, you're talking like Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan could possibly be in the mix. And again, my sleeper pick in the Big Ten for a team that can make some noise is Illinois as well too. But as far as like a team that a lot of people aren't talking about, it's funny that you went Texas. As far as like they could do it, but I'm gonna go with their bitter rival as a team that could potentially get in that mix in the national title picture, and that's a team that not to throw it straight at anybody that you beat soundly here recently in the college football dynasty. But I'm taking a slight flyer on their Red River rival and the Oklahoma Sooners. I mean, you got John Mateer coming back as long as he can stay healthy,
So I will say this about I like your selection, and the reason I like it, he was hurt last year. You said in John Mateer.
Yep.
I don't think people realize how nasty John Mateer was last year when he was healthy.
Remember,
Like-
if you followed our show, he was consistently in our early conversations as a Heisman candidate before
He wasn't until he got hurt. Like Mateer was like that. And he was like that at Washington State, and I didn't think it was gonna translate. He real slippery. He real accurate. He make plays. I wouldn't say great arm talent, but good arm talent.
Solid enough, enough
Yeah,
to
he gets the job done in college.
He can make all the throws.
Yeah. So I ain't mad at it. And Brent is a better head coach, and I don't think people understand how nasty his defense was last year.
Because I know a lot of people think like
nasty.
because they lost the Red River rivalry, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
They lost to Texas, and I think that's where a lot of people are like, but I'm like, again,
It's a rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game. Anybody can win on any given day, as we know between us two right here. So I'm definitely live on Oklahoma being a potential dark horse. I can't say there's a team that could be like a sleeper to get in the mix. If I had to throw a dart against the wall, and I think because like outside of their major hole that they still could do it, plus the conference is still a little watered down for a window to be there for them to do it. If they could find an answer at quarterback, look at it. If they could find an answer at quarterback, they got the defense. Texas Tech could possibly get in the mix due to the inability of the rest of the conference to be there. Who'd you think I was going to say?
All right.
What'd you think? What'd you think I was going to say?
So when you kept saying quarterback,
yeah,
I was like, he not gonna say this because he don't believe this. This is all for TikTok. For some reason, I thought you was about to be like, if they get it right at quarterback, there'll be a dark horse to make the playoffs because they in the tank conference. Dabo, like I thought you was about to go there.
Hey. I know I have my disrespect for Dan Lanning, but let's just say Dabo Sweeney ran so Dan Lanning could fly as far as my shit list goes.
Yeah, I thought that's where he was going.
No.
I was like,
fuck no. No.
Like,
Nope. Dabo will atone for his sins against the transfer portal at NIL eventually.
Yeah,
or his ass will be out of
but Texas Tech talented everywhere but quarterback.
That's my point. Like if they could get a game manager to come in to give them a fighting chance, they have the defense.
They had him. That's the crazy part. They had him. Like we be having a completely different story. Is Sorsby never picked up FanDuel?
DraftKings, BetMGM, Bet365.
I don't think Sorsby is as good as they projected him when he was talking about the supplemental draft of being worth a first round pick.
Right.
College wise, That Texas Tech team with that defense would have been 11-1 at worst, probably.
They could have ran the deck in the Big 12.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like the conference isn't that strong for them not to have been a team that could be like right there.
And I think
in the fold,
with this bad quarterback, I think worst case is 9-3.
which could
Worst
have you there.
Worst case.
Yeah.
Worst case.
Yeah.
Just saying, bro. Like, I don't know how more people wasn't chomping at the bits to transfer to Texas Tech because they threw Sorsby a bag, a big bag.
Hey man, bottom line, like I said, when this NIL thing became a thing, and you saw a team that I called that they would be back in big fashion because they got the let's just say they have the alumni and the history to make it happen, and because they're in the Tank Conference. Don't be surprised if those boys, them Stangs, is back too. Don't be surprised, man. I kept saying they in Dallas, they in a big market, and they're in the Tank Conference. SMU could possibly be right there as well too. But we got to see. But Texas Tech is also in Texas.
Another dark horse. Just because you talking about alumni, you talking about money. They got the money there.
Yeah.
The question is, can they put it all together? We can't ignore A&M.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs last year. Like, we can't ignore A&M.
No doubt.
So,
we can, again, big historic, like, when NIL became a thing, that was like, the state of Texas, damn near across the board could be live. Like, period, bro.
all them Texas schools just hit everybody with that meme of that boy. Say less.
Say that, my boy.
Say less.
What you mean, my boy? Got to see it through.
Yeah, but
You know.
that's where I'm at with that.
Okay.
We up above 2 hours, so we go out to just one last thing I want to touch on.
Okay.
And then we can put a bow on a beautiful episode 72. Who's your Heisman winner?
Ooh. Heisman winner. I knew he was going to do that, brother. Whoo. Well, we got the Fantastic Five that we discussed. We know who's not my pick, obviously. I'm kicking Arch Manning out of that. I got to see it, you know. I got to see better mechanics. I know he had some flashes towards the back end of the season. While CJ Carr will be an impact and a guy that could have Notre Dame in the mix, I'm not sure if I'm ready to crown him Heisman worthy yet. Fuck it, for the sake of like going against the grain, man, I think that this could be the opportunity where the quarterback hammer lock gets broken. I'm going with JJ, man. It's his last season. He's got guys around him, and if they can figure it out in the backfield, I think JJ could be a live pick as the Heisman Trophy winner, man. It's much love. I appreciate everything that he's done for the university. I think he goes out with a bang. Obviously, he'll have the biggest target on his back as being, in my humble opinion, the best receiver in the country and arguably the best player in the country across the board, talent for talent-wise. I'm going with JJ as my official Heisman winner right here. Book it, stamp it. I'm not changing my pick. I don't give a fuck what happens with the season.
I like it.
I'm standing on it.
All right. I'm going to give you a dark horse. I don't think he's going to win it.
Okay.
But if he stays healthy, don't be surprised if the Corian Moore name is humming around there. I think the way that he can be utilized as a weapon in every aspect of the game.
Okay.
To me, he's not as strong, but he's very, very Percy-esque. And when I'm talking about Percy, I'm talking about Percy Harvin. He's very Percy-esque. So he will be my dark horse. But my Heisman winner,
DJ Lagway is crazy. But you never know.
My Heisman winner is
feel free to post it on the board. Go by elimination.
Heisman winner will
Drum roll.
Trinidad Shameless. Ole Miss.
Ooh, I like it. I'm a big Trinidad fan too, bro.
So what sold me
I
on
like
Trinidad was his
yeah.
play in the playoffs last year.
Yep. I like it.
Trinidad is special. I
He
don't think he's
is,
gonna be a
man.
great pro, but we ain't
Yeah.
talking about pro.
Hey,
We
we're
talking
talking
about
about college
college.
football. Don't matter. Yeah.
And Trinidad, Trinidad like that.
Yeah,
And
man.
he got the horses around him in Lacey to help get it done.
Marshawn Lacey.
Who is this nigga?
Stop spamming this thing. I don't know Buddy's name, but that makes for some entertaining content.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's Rondo. That's
I said
Rondo.
it right.
Janky
Marshawn
Rondo.
Lacey. Yeah, Janky Rondo.
Janky
yeah.
Rondo. But yeah, stop spamming this nigga.
Yeah, I said it right. Marshawn Lacey. Hey, he had me thinking that was his actual name for a hot second, bro. The way he was emphasizing that shit. I was like, is his name?
Nah, but that's where we go. Put a bow on this episode 72 on a real one's birthday. I appreciate all y'all tapping in, staying live, and chatting with us today. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 72. It was a pleasure being at the helm this week. It's something that I don't normally do. It seemed like I got to get a little bit better at it because when I do it, it go over 2 hours both times. So we got to trim it down. But we had some heartfelt, passionate conversations. And so I appreciate you guys. This is what we strive to give you guys is real sports talk, unfiltered, barbershop-esque talk, real rap raw. But anything you want to say to the people today, Frost?
Nah, man, definitely a pleasure. It feels a little foreign to not be at the helm, but you know what, man? Hey, nah, I gotta give you your flowers, man. Especially with it being the week of your birthday, man. I appreciate and admire the dedication, the preparation, man. You low key put me to shame. I said, shit, let me know if you need me to do anything. You know, let me know if I need to get the thirst. He said, oh, hey, I did that 2 days ago, my boy. What you mean? I said, hey, my boy, but nah, man, I appreciate the dedication, bro. Like, in the fact that, you know, it's definitely been a pleasure, like, doing this with you, man. And from the genesis to now, man, you continue to push the podcast, pushing, you know, for you to be greater, man, pushing for me to be greater, and for us to continue to achieve new heights, man. And so, I will say this: if I ever decide to get off my high horse and take a Thursday off, man, I know we in good hands one way or another, man. You know, so
yeah, I can hold it down a little bit. You know, gotta step out the shell a little bit. Step to the forefront.
I just gotta make sure whoever fills in for you is worthy. You know, so
yeah, don't get my blood pressure up. So,
because shout out to JT, man. JT came with some hot info and
this is the type of toxicity that JT brings, right? So JT then texts me and says, "I can rest easy now after giving Zay some great hot takes for today's episode."
I love it, man. I love it because we need that, man. Now, shout out to JT, shout out to Paz, big shout out to Isaiah, man, coming in as a viewer and bringing some phenomenal takes that it's provocative. You know, it gets the people going. You know, I appreciate it, man. We need that continued energy in the chat, man, especially. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, challenges out there, man. Whoever wants to give their shot at it, man, to come in and be a contributor, man. I ain't got no problem. You know, giving people their first test run. I just say, you know, be prepared, man. And you know, if your takes is off, you know, we got you back, man. We here to clean it up. We got all the tools and resources available to do so. But that's all I got. Everybody continue to be safe, man. Especially, man, for everybody here in the Columbus area that might have been impacted by the recent storms. Continue to be safe, be patient, man. And I hope we was able to provide some of y'all some entertainment. If you did tune in the chat. Continue to like, subscribe, and share the podcast and support us on all platforms. We still need more help on YouTube and TikTok so we can increase that streaming power. But nah, man, I'm good with it. Definitely a phenomenal job done. And again, happy 36, my boy.
Appreciate it. Before we get out of here, you know, the message as always, continue to support us. Like he said, like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for being a part of the journey. I deeply appreciate it. We deeply appreciate it. Still just the beginning. I know it's episode 72 and we, a year and a half into this thing.
Yes, sir.
But, the sky's the limit. Help continue to push the movement. We got great things in store. I have some great announcements to make coming up here soon. Stepping into a new area and developing some things and got some things to share with you guys. So be on the lookout of that. It's something that I'm very, very proud of. Then when I started to see the final product, it almost brought a thug tear to my eye. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn allergies.
All them damn allergies. But so yeah, something that I'm very proud of and excited to bring you guys, and something that I feel a lot of you guys would be able to benefit from as far as the sports world goes. So we got some good things coming down the pipeline. As always, continue to rock with us as we rock with y'all. This is your boy Zay. It's been your man Frost, and we are out. And this is a close on episode 72. And we are out.
Well, holla.